You might remember me mentioning about Sir Isaac Newton when we were doing our colour spectrum investigation last week, and I just want to explain a little bit more about Sir Isaac Newton. So he was incredibly clever and he went to Cambridge University, and while he was at Cambridge University there was an outbreak of bubonic plague, which was a really nasty thing, and they had to close down Cambridge for a while and he had to go home. And it was while he was at home that he came up with his laws of motion and all this stuff about gravity. Now he did it with an apple, and I've got a pear here. And what Sir Isaac Newton found out is that if you drop a pear or an apple, I've just done it very badly, it falls straight to the ground, okay? It doesn't fall that way, doesn't go sideways. It falls straight down, okay? And that's why we've got things like the moon stays up in the sky, and he developed that. But anyway, I just thought, because I'm going to, maybe talk about him a little bit more, and I've been reading the paper, because he lived in I think he was born, 1641, something like that, went to Cambridge about 1661. In those days, they wore those long curly wigs. And I've got a newspaper, and I'm going to make one of those wigs out of newspaper. So I've got a picture here to show you Sir Isaac Newton's wig, and this is what he would have worn. And they wore those wigs because there were an awful lot of head lice and things like that, and they used to wear the wigs to protect themselves. And remember, I just told you about bubonic plague and how diseases spread, and so a little bit more protection there. So here's how to make the wig. So you can see I've got a long piece of newspaper, and I've got some glue, and I've also got my scissors. So I don't think Kristen Dior's going to give me a call about this one, but it's definitely inspired me to find out more about the fabulous Sir Isaac Newton. And if you want to find out more, you could have a look at his experiments into gravity and laws of motion, and this is a pear, he used an apple, but there's also the feather as well, okay? And that's like thinking about mass and stuff like that, okay? Which one's going to fall to the ground first, all right? With your wigs, if you're adjusting them and kind of getting them to fit, don't cut them while you've got them on your head, because I don't want anyone cutting their hair or anything like that, okay? And make sure you haven't got your wig on, otherwise you might end up with a bit of a strange haircut, all right? Enjoy your learning.